And welcome to a new episode of Pop It. It's the pop culture game show with your host, Matt Rebar. And joining me are two of my co-hosts on Judgment Day. We got Raina Butel and Logan Molnar in the house. And if you haven't yet listened to Judgment Day, you can catch that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts. And back, a queen of judgment, I would say, is Jessica Lockhart. It's so good to see you again, Jessica.
Hi, Matt.
And you're in, I think, are you in your fancy office?
It's the room / office, but yes.
It's the guest room / botany room / random room / office / cheese closet.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad to see you all here. You know the rules. And for those who don't, we got 5 juicy topics. Each guest gets 30 seconds to say whatever they want. It could be opinion. It could be a joke. It might not even have to do with the opinion. I give subjective points, and the winner is the winner based on what I think. So it's really stupid, but we're going to get right into it. Well, we have to talk about this one. Adele is back, baby. It's been 6 years. She took a break. She got a marriage. She got a divorce, and now she's back. Are you crying or are you sighing, in a bad way over this new track? Logan, how about you? Your 30 seconds begin now.
I love Adele. I think she is one of the greatest voices of our generation. I have missed her. I am so glad that she's back. When I heard the song, I felt like I had heard it before, but I'm not mad at that. I think Adele does what she does very well, and I am so glad that she's coming back with the same sound, the same energy, and now she's mad. She's going through a divorce. We had our hot girl summer, and now we get our sad girl fall. I'm ready. I am ready for this, Miss Adele.
That's your time. Raina, are you aboard the Adele train, or are you choo-choo, let me off the train? What do you think?
Crying tears because I love Adele, and I'm so glad, that she's around. I'm sighing just that I feel like I finally shifted back into what I needed to balance my life out. I feel like people on YouTube are a perfect example of what Adele is saying to them. I'm seeing a lot of people who are like, this is what I've been through, especially with the theme of take it easy on me. Coming out of a divorce and situation with her child,
that's your time. That's your time. Sorry to cut you off. I know you were.
It.
I wanted to hear more, but the timer said no, girl. Yep. Jessica, I know you are one of the spiciest contestants we have. So take it away, girl. What do you think?
I love the song. I know I got crap for what I said about Ed Sheeran over the summer, but I am a team Adele. She's definitely a great just kind of someone to look up to and role model. So I'm excited for the track, to hear it on the radio more. The one thing that I am kind of excited for, but could be maybe defensive about, is which DJ is going to remix this. Is it going to be Ziplo? Is it going to be DJ Khaled? Maybe I would love to see even on Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion come on the track and just kind of do the remix. Even Ariana.
Well, that's your time. I gotta say, I think that would be my hell loop, would be hearing DJ Khaled and easy on me, baby. That might be too much for me. But yeah, I totally agree with you. We're gonna be hearing the remixes, I think, very shortly. You three gave great responses. I gotta say, I was okay about it. I was okay. I was waiting for that big moment that Hello has and Rolling in the Deep has, and it didn't get there for me. I was ready for it to be easy on me. And it was girl went through a divorce. She is screaming the chorus, the drum kicks in, Phil Collins drum style. And it didn't get there. It was kind of hooking up with someone, and then you shot a little short from, finishing bases. It's you get a single or a double, and it's okay, but 2 outs, and we needed a home run, and it was a double. So, but I'm excited for what's coming. I wanted it to be upbeat, but I'll take Divorce Ballad, and she could be upbeat in her mid-30s. When it's 35 or 37. We'll wait for that. Meanwhile, speaking of some more people that we maybe don't like anymore, Ellen DeGeneres launching a beauty brand called Kind Science. Will you be buying, or will you be saving your money? Jessica, back to you about Ellen DeGeneres and her beauty brand.
I get it, you're retiring. Okay. But I don't necessarily think we need another beauty brand that isn't, it's still cancerous, it's just that all beauty brands are not good for our skin. But I'm excited to hear what everybody has to say about it, especially on like Instagram and things like that. But I just want to know what CoverGirl has to say about Ellen probably ending her contract with them and with daytime. So, but we'll have to see how it goes. It's probably something that I won't feel the need to try personally, but along with,
and that's your time. Beautiful. Raina, what do you think about Ellen DeGeneres launching a beauty brand called Kind?
I just think it's hilarious how the celebrity trend now is skincare. And for someone as toxic as Ellen is, and we've seen, her work situation with her employees and stuff like that, let's just hope this is not as toxic as her studio has been, honestly. It's just funny to me that she feels like she can keep up with like Kylie Jenner skincare for old people. I don't know. It's just embarrassing.
That's your time. Logan, Ellen DeGeneres is hitting the skin market. What do you think?
I will not be buying. There's something about celebrities just jumping into like makeup and skincare that just doesn't sit right with me. She has so much money, and I feel like this is just a money grab. Why else is she doing this? Is she passionate about skincare? She's never talked about it before. And then I think the tagline is something like "Embrace your age, not your wrinkles." I hate that. Like, why can't people also have wrinkles and also enjoy how they look, So I will not be buying, and Ellen DeGeneres, I'm just not a fan.
That's your time. I just think, it seems almost like she doesn't realize what she's been doing the last 2 years to call it kind to be science. Like, girl, nothing about you lately has been kind. You caused like 7 people to have emotional breakdowns on your staff. I don't like it. And I got to agree too with what Jess said too. Like, you're retiring and now you're like, I better put something out there to make up for the fact that Carly Clarkson is stealing my show time. No, girl, just retire. Go enjoy your $1 million mansion with Portia de Larange or whatever the name of that actress that she's married to. So yeah, I was very off of that one. Speaking of something that might also need to be in the trash bucket, the Home Alone reboot trailer is out. And should this movie have stayed on the cutting room floor, or are you maybe going to go see this movie alone? Logan, back to you.
I don't think I'm going to see this movie unless I'm like babysitting some kids and they want to watch it. But I do really like rebrands of movies because it brings old movies to new audiences. Like, kids are able to watch these movies and not be like, oh, this is something that my parents watched when they were kids. I don't want to see this. So I am kind of excited for it. Not a huge fan of the main kid. I think his accent sounds fake, even though I looked it up and he is from England. Whatever. Ellie Kempner's in it. I think it's exciting. I'm very excited for it, but I don't think I'll be watching it. I don't think I'll pay for it.
That's your time. Raina, what do you think of this Home Alone trailer? Are you ready to be at home alone watching it?
I just don't think it's possible in today's day and age with like Ring access on your phone and surveillance at your house. Like, how would this movie even realistically play out? That's my honest opinion is, how is this possible? Ellie Kemper is also like very involved in the like underbelly of New Orleans, like conspiracy stuff. I don't know. She's, look that up. That's a whole different pop it. But not a fan of her. I don't know. I do agree with what Logan said about the audiences thing. But it's hard for me to separate the reality of Ring with
that's your
today.
time. That's your time. Jessica, were you just so pumped for this Home Alone reboot, or is this something that you're like, throw it away, please?
I do love a good sequels of everything. My biggest thing is like, don't all British people leave their kids at home? Like, after this pandemic, isn't everybody just leaving their kids at home? So I think it'll be a fun movie to watch with the family after you've been like arguing about something else. So I'm definitely excited to watch it. I think it's great to have something to watch after Elf, so around the holidays. But overall, I am curious to see how they play out with like modern technology.
Perfect. Jess, I got to agree. Jess, this is definitely the movie you put on after the movie you want to watch. This is like I guess we'll watch a second movie and like, we're talking, we're playing board games. The eggnog's been spiked and we've had 6. This is definitely not the prime focus for sure. And Raina, I love the point. How does this doesn't really happen in today's day and age? Are people really boarding the plane to Tokyo? Because isn't that the premise? They're from Britain and the parents
They go
go
to
to
Tokyo.
Tokyo. And like, what? How do they think the kid is there? Like, what is there like a giant suitcase? It looks like their kid. I really don't get how this plot works. So, anywho, oh my God! Speaking of more horrifying things, Megan Fox and MGK had a scandalous interview in which apparently Megan Fox said to MGK, "You smell like weed," and he said, "I am weed," before vanishing. This pickup line, would this work on you? Is this relationship like a little too much? Jessica, you're the queen of too much. Is this too much?
I think they definitely found each other, and it's just like Kim and Kanye, like one airhead to another. I'm shocked they're getting a divorce, but that's a whole other topic. But overall, no, the pickup line would not work on me. But this is exactly how I think their conversations go. So it just makes me feel better that let entertainers be entertainers and not relationship experts.
And
But
I don't know, Jess. I've seen you out before. That pickup line might have worked on you. I'm not trying to be that guy, but
Oh no.
I've heard the worst pickup lines work on you before.
Ooh.
All right, Raina. Are you weed? Would you vibe with this pickup line situation? What do you think?
I'm vibing with that slightly. If it came out of MGK's mouth, no. But the amount of memes that this inspired and all of this stuff online has just been amazingly intense. I've seen it everywhere, and I had no idea this is where it came from until we talked, until this came out. So very shocked that it's this attention grabbing. Not in the slightest shocked it's he who said it to her. So kind of weird couple, weird everything. Really weird thing to say.
Yeah. And Logan, MGK and MF, are you over it, or what do you think?
I don't get their relationship. I mean, I get they're happy. They call each other like a weird bonded pair, whatever. Pickup line, super weird. Also don't get it. I always thought Megan Fox was, I don't want to say better than this, but kind of. She always seemed like she was so cool, and then she's letting I Am Weed pick her up. I mean, good on them for finding each other, but this is an interesting couple, and I don't know if they're gonna last, especially with something so simple to pick her up. But yeah, no, would not work on me.
I gotta say, in the video, the way they look at each other, they are captivated. And who knows if this is honeymoon phase or if it's, soulmate connection, but they are smitten. And I gotta say, it is a little mysterious. And I do fall for artistic people. So I think I would have been suckered by this. As much as I want to say this was cheesy, this was stupid, I probably would have been like, oh heavens. I would have been titillated. So as much as I can roll my eyes, and the fact that it seems like Stephanie Meyer wrote this in the Twilight book series, I mean, it probably would have worked on me too. So let's end it with another scandal. Drake threatened legal action to get his Degrassi character out of the wheelchair, according to the show's writer. So for those who are not familiar, I'm not really familiar. In the show Degrassi, Drake's character, Audrey, is in a wheelchair. Apparently Drake at the time of the shooting was not happy about this. Is this whole thing? I don't even know. So many emotions are flying. Logan, kick us off. What's your take on this?
So I never watched Degrassi, so I'm going to try my best. But from what I understand, he's just like, okay, I get it. I was in the wheelchair, but I'd like to get out. There was only a couple of characters of color. So I think that was a big point. Why is one of them now in a wheelchair? And it's got to be really taxing, trying to learn all the, not choreography, but what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Doing something that you don't do every day. It reminds me of Glee. The character Artie is in a wheelchair. That's a lot of work to try and do something that you're not used to. And I do get the point that that's something that's underrepresented. So it would be good to have characters in wheelchair, but
that's your time. And that's your time. Beautiful. Raina, what do you think about Drake and this Degrassi character with the wheelchair?
I'm sure being in a wheelchair must have lost him so much street cred from the streets of Toronto. But how do you do that? Like, either you take the role, accept the role, do the thing, deal with the hard streets of Toronto, people getting mad at you, or you accept the role as being, a representation for other people. And that way you're also not known for being the guy who quit Degrassi because he was in a wheelchair. What's more, what are people going to remember?
Yeah.
I think
Oh, that's your time. Jessica, Degrassi, Drake on Degrassi, he wanted out of that wheelchair. What do you think about that?
So that the show is one of the most dramatic, juicy shows one of them of all time. It's just, you think something's going to happen and you end up in a wheelchair. And so I thought the article that you sent me about it was funny, that he was suing them and it was a reason why he didn't come back for season 6. And because he wanted out of the wheelchair. And but according to that article, it said it was due to lack of street cred. And at this point, I feel like Drake just wants everybody to know I'm still getting royalties for Degrassi, 1. And 2, like, he's one of the world's best rappers of all time, just from Billboard alone. So I just think it's crazy that something just doesn't go your way and you freak out and try to sue over it. But overall, representation.
That's your time.
Matters.
I didn't want to cut you off when you said representation matters, because it totally does. You also had some really good things. I mean, I got to agree with Logan bringing that the Glee reference. That kid, he wasn't in a wheelchair either. Like, why not find someone who's an actor and actress in a wheelchair for that role? Absolutely. Yeah. That's a big thing. And I got to agree with Raina. It is so stupid to be like, my street cred from Toronto, I can't be in a wheelchair because it's not cool, which is kind of ableist, if you ask me, or not kind of is. I just think and as an actor, like, maybe I'm wrong, but like, I would be, if you pay me $10 an hour to come in and act on your show, I would be so grateful. Give me that streak, give me that time, give me that credit. I want that appearance on Degrassi. You come in, you sign, you know what you're doing. Just be quiet. Sit there and eat your food. That's kind of how I feel about it. Well, anyway,
literally sit there.
We have a second place tie, and our winner won by 1 point. So it was very close tonight.
Whoa!
Tied for second, both with 27. Is Logan and Raina, and Jess had 28.
Oh, woo, finally won.
You had some funny things to say, Jess. You were bee's knees today for me. So you guys were all fabulous, though. It was very close, and I love your opinions, and I love you as individuals and souls. So thank you so much for taking the time to be on Pop It, and we'll be popping next time, I'm sure. Hey.